Hello, my name is Faris Ibrahim bin Shafi'an and my metric number is CN200079. First, for our project, we choose Putrajaya Perdana Berhad as our construction company. Putrajaya Perdana Berhad has been incorporated since 1998 and this company encompasses property development and project management leading to sales of properties. The principal banker of this company is Maybank and the office is located at Precinct 16 Putrajaya. For our project, we decided to build a food hub with total area 6,000 square feet located at Taman Berang Resident, Berang Station, Perak. We estimate the cost of our project is 8 million because our construction costs are on 7,500,000. So in our project, we are all agreed that 70% of the construction costs are used from equity and another 30% are used from the debt. Our building consists of 3 floors, which is on the first floor, it consists of facilities such as food court hall. Second floor consists of franchise stores like KFC and McDonald's, and entertainment hall are placed at third floor. Another facilities that are provided is 70 parking spaces and decoration landscape around the outside of the building and 3 restrooms including for the disabled person.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and I'm Ibrahim and number ECN 2000. So today I would like to explain a little bit about work breakdown structure or WBS. Okay, under the introduction of work breakdown structure, firstly is an important aspect of project management deliverable. WBS is used to divide a project into easily manageable component or parts. Okay. The project management body knowledge PMBOK5 describe work breakdown structure as a hierarchical decomposition of the overall scope of work carried out by the project team in order to achieve the project objective and generate the needed deliverable. Okay, the next, highlight the hierarchical structure. WBS element are commonly numbered consecutively. The number is intended to give a standard methodology to identify and administering the WBS across similar region, independent of supplier or trade in construction. Okay, next is work breakdown structure in group for food hub Berang. Okay, under the cost analysis, we have a preliminary cost, design cost, and construction cost. Okay, as you can see, preliminary cost have 30% of total construction cost. Design cost is have 9.3% of total construction cost, and construction cost is the total of the for a commercial project. Okay, in the estimation cost by WBS. So here I have a topic that I separate to make me easy to calculate. Okay, first is substructure. Under substructure, as you can see, work below lowest floor finish that when I already separate it, and the total cost is 922,803, and under superstructure is 2,558,200 and 8 ringgit 0.4 cents. So under the topic you can see the cost of the estimating cost. Here about the SAM, and the total cost is 7,638,19 Okay, that's all I want to share today. So thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Raya Zira binti Abdillah. My metric number is CN200256 and I'm going to explain about what is life cycle cost. LCC or life cycle cost is a method consisting of estimating the total cost of a product, taking into account the whole life cycle of the product as well as the direct and external cost. In the engineering and production areas, life cycle costing is used to develop and manufacture goods that will have the least cost to the customer to install, operate, maintain, and dispose of. In the customer service and field service areas, life cycle costing is focused on minimizing the amount of warranty, replacement, and field service work that must be performed on products over their useful lives. Process of life cycle costing consists three processes, which is LCC planning, life cost analysis preparation, and also implementing and monitoring life cost analysis. LCC planning is to define the analysis objective in terms of outputs required to assist a management decision. Process number 2 is life cost analysis preparation. The LCC model is reviewed and developed as a real-time or actual cost control mechanism as part of the preparation of the life cost analysis. Actual prices paid will be used instead of estimates of capital costs. And the process number 3 is implementing and monitoring life cost analysis. The life cost analysis is implemented by continuously evaluating an asset's real performance during its operation and maintenance. This is the formula used to calculate the life cycle cost of a project. The formula used is LCC equal to C plus MPW plus EPW plus RPW minus SPW. Next is the cash flow. The cash flow diagram represents the inflow and outflow of expenses and costs throughout the duration of a company project. The timeline is a horizontal line divided into equals intervals such as days, months, or years, with the project estimated to be 3 years. And lastly, I'm going to explain about calculation for inflow and outflow. For the inflow, the initial cost plus with bank loan per year, and another one is initial cost plus profit. For the outflow, actual cost divided by estimated duration, which is 3 years.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Hazika Hanun binti Hamsa and my metric number is CN200005. So I will present about the project finance analysis. This building will cost 7,500,000 in total. We determined that we will need to raise approximately to 8 million. The debt we will borrow from Maybank is 30% of our total construction cost and with interest rate of 6.2%. Meanwhile, we sell 70% of our share to the public and to the Bursa Saham. For debt is referred to the money raised by a company in the term of finance resource. Debt also long terms or bond. There are two types of debt, which is secured debt and unsecured debt. Secured debt refers to debt required that the pledge on an asset as security if the funds are not paid on time. Meanwhile, unsecured debt does not require the pledge on an asset to acquire the cash. For equity is the value attribute for a business owner. Financing equity refers to the selling of an ownership stake to obtain finance for a company. Book value of equity is used to calculate the differences between assets and liabilities on a company's balance sheet. Market value of equity is based on determined by investor or valuation professional. The term of equity financing differ from debt financing, which refer to money borrowed by a company. So, for next is project finance analysis calculation. Debt is 30% of 8 million, which is 2,400,000. Equity is 70%, which is 5,600,000. To calculate a debt, we will use RD equal to 1 plus I over N power of N minus 1. I is equal to 6.2% and N is equal to 3 years, so we will get RD is equal to 6%. To calculate equity, ER equal to RF plus beta, ERM minus RF. RF is equal to 3%, beta is equal to 2%, ERM is equal to 10%. ER is equal to 17%. WACC. WACC is tempo, weighted average cost of capital. So, our project we will use WACC. To calculate WACC, E over D plus E, RE plus D over D plus E, RD 1 minus T. RE is equal to 17%, E is equal to 70%, D is equal to 30%, RD is equal to 6%, and T is equal to 10%. So, the WACC is equal to 24%. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Syafiqah Ila binti Rahmat and my metric number is CN200186. Moving on to environmental sustainability in buildings. These are the sustainability elements that we will have in our building. First one is renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy that can be used repeatedly. In this building, the renewable energies are from solar panel and harvesting rainwater. The solar panel can reduce the amount of electricity used in the building, especially during peak hour, and we will also maximize the use of natural light during daytime. Rainwater harvesting will help us to maintain our ground in order to have fresh and beautiful landscape. Next is LED lighting. LED lighting are generally known for their low amount of power consumption. Average LED lighting can last for 50,000 to 100,000 operating hours, which is 2 to 4 times longer than most regular lights. So as we can see here, LED lights are more convenient than regular light. Chill beam system is a type of radiation or convection designed to heat and cool large building. It is replaced by warmer air moving up from below, causing a constant passive air movement called convection, which cools the room. We decided to use the system since it is suitable for buildings that use air conditioning. Building automation system is an intelligent system of both hardware and software, connecting heating, HVAC system, lighting, security and other systems to communicate on a single platform. Since our building uses HVAC system, so it will be easier to watch over the system in our building. Next is relevant examples for sustainable building. Here we have two buildings that we use as examples, which is Cyberjaya Community Recycling Center and Toppen Shopping Center. Both of these buildings is certified as a green building by Malaysia Green Building Council. They are both have the green building elements such as use of LED lighting, recycled materials, rainwater harvesting, and much more. Moving forward, these are relevant examples of financial statement. These illustrative financial statements have been produced by the KPMG International Standard Group, and the views expressed herein are those of the KPMG International Standard Group. And finally, this is the relevant example of cash flow that we use, which is also from the KPMG International Standard Group.
For the conclusion, we noted that our commercial building is a high cost because it is a triple-story commercial structure. The corporation invested 7.5 million ringgit Malaysia in this project because this project was initially estimated set at 8 million ringgit Malaysia. The cash flow will be computed and the cost recovery will be followed by 3 years with 168,800,000 ringgit of profit. Thank you.